About the editing I did in the past year. I spent almost all my time editing. Bombay is my office. I was in South Africa at this time last year, where I started to work with the author and his research team on the book. And I came to India in September and worked on the book. We did the layout of Bombay is my office in Pune. So this has actually been my biggest connection with the Mumbai temple, because I became thoroughly acquainted with the history of the Bombay temple by working on Bombay is my office. I thought I'd tell you about a few other connections I had with Mumbai. I joined ISKCON in 1974, and the first connection I had with Bombay was through Gopal Krishna Maharaj, who I met in New York. He was sent to Bombay in around maybe the end of 74. And also in New York at that time in 1974, the New York temple was collecting for a larger temple, but Srila Prabhupada in New York asked the temple president if he could have the funds which were earmarked for the New York temple. He said he needed them for the Bombay temple. The second connection I had with the Bombay temple was in 1978 when it opened. I was in New York, and the Newsweek magazine published the story From Rags to Riches, telling about Srila Prabhupada's success in opening the temple. It was the first big event after Srila Prabhupada's disappearance from the world. So that was my third connection with the Bombay temple. In 1986, I came to India for the first time. That was the 500th anniversary of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. And I stayed in India for 1 full year. And for about 6 months of that year, I stayed with Sarabi Swami at that time in Punjabi Bagh. So I got to know him quite well. And his enthusiasm was contagious. I became very much enlivened in his association, and I appreciated so much more the design of the Bombay temple and the Vrindavan temple. Sarabi was certainly the best designer that Srila Prabhupada had. So he was another connection that I had with the Bombay project. Just before I edited the book, Bombay is my office, I was in Vrindavan 2014 and 2015, and my god's sister, Devi Shakti, asked me to edit the book. Vrindavan is my home. Those of you who have seen that book, you know it's similar in format to Bombay is my office. It's the same size. It has interviews with the devotees who were involved in the project from the beginning, and it has about 300 photos. So the Bombay is my office is a companion volume to the book Vrindavan is my home. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.